now, live from the Steel Twins recording studio in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan, it's your boys, the Cannonball, the Cannon, the Steel Twins. Oh, what's up, everybody? It's Thursday night, and you know what that means.
It's voice acting night, baby, and I know we tried to do it Tuesday night, but we may have had a few technical difficulties, but we thought to ourselves, well, what the heck, I think I could do just fine. So basically, here's the situation. Although I can't hear the audio through my headphones, I can at least see the screen, and at least I can follow through with the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, we were trying. It was the damnedest thing. Given the circumstances, he'll be able to listen to the game after we record. I thought it would be good to, for him to listen to the music and the audio, but, small potatoes. At the end of the day, we're here for you guys, and if you can hear it, and if you're entertained, that's the best. That's the best we can hope for. So
yes.
So, hey. So I have a bit of an announcement. I found that the Traverse City Comic-Con is happening the weekend of May 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Let me make sure I got my math right. So if today's the 15th and
about 8 to 10 days away.
So yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The math checks out. So if you just so happen to be in the Traverse City area or the northern Michigan area, come on down to the Grand Traverse Resort. Your boys will be there. We're just to hang out. No telling if we're going to dress up in costume, although I'm kind of want to see if we can do a Phoenix Wright theme, or who knows, we might have something else. Or I used to be a professional wrestler. You might see the old Cannonball come back out to play. Who knows? But if you're in the area, check it out. If not, send it to people you know who may live up here. So, and also don't forget Nostalgic Monday, Legend of Zelda Tuesday, Super Mario Friday. What other irons you got in the fire there, Package?
Well, speaking of Super Mario Friday, that is happening tomorrow. And since we were going to do voice acting instead of Legend of Zelda Tuesday on a Tuesday, I figured I would do a little bit of more Legend of Zelda Tuesday on a Saturday. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe I could start off with a new game like Skyward Sword, maybe. Or maybe I could do a round of A Link to the Past, or maybe I can go back to Echoes of Wisdom. Who knows? You make the call, or I'll make the call.
At this rate, my suggestion is you do you, boo-boo, and let people follow you. Follow your heart.
Yes, of course.
Although suggestions are always welcome. So,
yes.
So now that we got the preliminaries out of the way, we've been dying to get onto this case for ages, ever since we found out that Kay Faraday, ran away from the crime scene, and she's being pegged as the prime suspect, even though she didn't do anything. So anyway, it is nonetheless time for my second favorite part of the show. So you know what the drill is by now. If you have a cap to your bottle or a pin on your can, you go ahead and pull that pin back, or twist that cap off.
With a twisty twist, yes.
Hey, Package. What time is it?
It's time to get bombed.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh, man. That hits the spot.
Yeah, buddy. Ghost orange creamsicle, baby.
Yeah, they also have a really good Bomb Pop energy drink, Phase Pop, I think it is. And then they also have the Welch's Grape, which is ridiculously addicting. Anyway, live scene.
And special shout out to, Sugar7 for being my 10th follower on my Twitch page.
Hey, awesome. Yeah, follow till it hurts. And I believe the main channel, unless I miss my guess, we have. Ooh, look at that! We're just 8 followers short of 110. We broke the 100 followers mark. So happy about that.
Yes.
Yeah, I was concerned a little bit, but it's just that the Facebook feed is a little bit behind, but no big deal. So, press any button, we shall load. So
I think I've just barely heard that gavel hit, so looks like it's just quieter than usual, but hey, I'm ready.
You might be hearing it through my headphones, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Which is, I think it's kind of funny, but anyway, folks, we've dawdled enough. So we have a situation with if you were following along last week, Kay Faraday has lost her memory and a lot of her personality to boot. So I mean, it's kind of refreshing to see this like subdued version, but at the same time, I kind of want the old Kay back, and so part of the reason why we found a dead body at the table for the Committee of Prosecutorial Excellence, that's tied into it. So what does this all mean? Only one way to find out. It is time to resume a turnabout. Forsaken.
Time to earn your Edgeworth, Miles.
Oh, I love that. That was perfect. Okay. I'll read the...
Go ahead. Yep.
April 5th, 5:58 p.m. High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202. What's going on here?
Kay! She's not here either. Where are you? Uh-oh.
Knockity knock knock. Special visitor.
Fender.
Whoa. Talk about an unhappy face. Everything okay, big guy? You won't earn yourself too many admirers looking like that.
What are you doing here? Has something happened?
Has something happened, he asks. I'll say. It's been all over the news. A murder in the committee chamber? I'd call that a happening, all right. And with what you're hearing being today, I thought, well, I couldn't help wondering if you were involved.
They're reporting it on the news already?
Jeez, do you mean to tell me they planned this? Oh, damn, anyway. Heck yeah, a dead lawyer, a young woman on the run, they're lapping it up. Crazy stuff, but compelling too, I gotta admit. So, you're gonna give me the lowdown or what?
Well, actually...
Whoa! Maybe warn a guy before blowing his mind next time. Things even crazier than I thought.
This isn't a joke, Fender. Kay's out there somewhere, all alone and without her memory.
Not to mention being a suspect in a murder, that definitely doesn't make things any easier. Where the heck could she have gone to? You sure she doesn't remember Zip?
I thought she might have come here, but...
No luck, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. Sounds like she thinks she's done you wrong. She wouldn't want to cause you even more trouble by rocking up on your doorstep.
You think I don't know that? But I'm out of places to look.
I got an idea. Anyway. Hey, take a chill pill, compadre. This isn't like you. You wound up tighter than a clockwork monkey. This isn't a bad thing, necessarily. After all, it's got even you running from pillar to post looking to save an innocent from jail. Acting like the attorney I know you were born to be.
Look, Fender, I may have given up my badge. I'm back from a banquet and on the way to an arcade. Zion the Potato has entered the chat.
Even if it's for 5 minutes, but hey, go rock it, dude.
Go click history for a minute. I think I flubbed up a sentence or two.
Let's try that again.
Look, Fender, I may have given up my badge earlier, but that doesn't mean I've decided to become an attorney. However, Kay isn't just some suspect in a murder to me. She's somebody I've come to know very well, even if we've only been acquainted for a short while. And she never harmed a fly, let alone another person.
Blow my mind twice in 5 minutes, why don't you? Kid's lucky to have you in her corner, champ. Hope you don't mind me saying this, but that's quite the bond that's sprung up between the two of you. Enough to give me and the old man's a run for its money. Oh, hang on. Enough to give me and the old man's a run for its money, even.
It's nothing like that, really.
He says.
She just likes to involve herself in my affairs.
You can say that again. From what I've seen, she likes to charge into things no holds barred. I can only say hi for a little while, though. And like I said, dude, you do you, boo-boo.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she's done you some good, I can tell. You two make a great team. Can't say I'm not a little jealous, seeing as my partner in crime's no longer around. Anyway, you need to track her down. Connections like that don't grow on trees. I should know. All right, how about this for a plan? You're fresh out of ideas about where she could be, and you can't just walk in the streets shouting her name. So why not go back to the source? Look into how she lost her memory in the first place. That's the idea that I had. You just might turn up some clues that'll help narrow things down.
That's not a bad idea. Based on what she told us, it sounds like it all started at the Bigg Building.
Then that's where we're headed. Next stop, the big time. And maybe it can give your face the good news on the way. AK won't come frolicking back into the fold if the first thing she sees is you scowling like that.
Very funny. Fender is truly a force of nature all on his own.
There we go. Look who's there. It's the wacky nurse and her blow-up doll. Anyway, April 5th, 6:42 p.m., Bigg Building, viewing platform.
The sun sure set quickly.
Not even a murder on the premises can make this place close its doors. Gotta chase that last dollar, huh? Hardly anybody around, though. Guess we got the whole place to ourselves.
The first step towards proving Kay's innocence is to figure out how she lost her memory.
Earth to miles. We've got sleuthing to do. This rooftop paradise is all ours. So let's focus up and do what we're good at for Kay, all right?
Okay. Do what we're good at, huh? I suppose I should be grateful there's at least something we can do. Begin investigation! Bigg Building viewing platform!
Do you get the impression that Miles is starting to soften up a little bit? Look at
Yeah,
this.
a little bit. So the person in the raincoat that Kay saw supposedly approached her from the direction of the concession stand. Which would suggest that she was pushed over this railing here.
Kay was pushed
Kay was
over by... Go ahead.
Kay was pushed by a person in a red raincoat who had walked toward her from the concession stand.
Yeah, and don't forget, kids, if you've been paying attention, or if you go back to the first episodes of this particular game, there was an assassin in a red raincoat that had a pointer, a laser pointer, that helped with the staging of the assassination attempt of the president of Zhang Fa. But so why in God's name is there a red raincoat here? Interesting.
The railing is chest high. You'd have to try really hard to go tumbling over the edge of it. Everything looks sturdy enough too.
So
Check the tree.
Yeah, I know, but can you just look at that square though? The
I know.
The thing that's bugging me is it looks like it's a trap door of some kind. Anyway, let's go here.
It's a pretty sizable cherry tree. Its flowers are just on the cusp of full bloom. According to what Kay told us, She was standing beneath this tree until she was pushed and fell. Let's talk to that duo. Let's talk to that.
Oh boy, do I even want to?
Mr. Edgeworth, we meet again.
What are you two doing up here?
Well, seeing as we came all this way, we thought we might as well enjoy some cotton candy. What the heck are you doing here? Looking to get yourself in even more hot water?
You needn't worry about me, Dr. Hertz. I'll be just fine.
Whatever you say, Mr. Soon-to-be ex-prosecutor turned ex-prosecutor. Saw that coming a mile off. Wait, what? You got fired?
As I said, you needn't concern yourself with my affairs.
If you say so. So, how's Kay doing? Uh-oh, did something happen? Maybe I can help. How about an injection?
How about not, lady? Jeez.
No injections, thank you. Unfortunately, a jab a day does not keep the world's troubles at bay.
But I bet apples do. Anyway.
Yeah, it did get kind of chilly, huh? Come on, let's head home. All right then, Mr. Edgeworth. Catch you again soon.
I don't know about you, but I think she's hiding something.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, why the heck she got to be doing all the talking for her? I don't know.
It looks like a TV for showing announcements from the various companies in the Bigg Building. But at the moment, it's just showing a regular broadcast channel. What am I standing here for? The Steel Samurai isn't on today.
Oh my God. Some things never change.
Nope, not at all.
I did not see that gaffe coming. That was actually very well done. All right, anyway. Hey, you. Yeah, you. How about some delicious Parting Clouds cotton candy to brighten your day?
Parting Clouds?
What?
Is it named for the fact that we're so close to the clouds up here?
Our gimmick is we take a normal serving of cotton candy and we split it in half. Part it, if you will. Half the candy, same price, double the profit. And we're laughing all the way to the bank.
I don't think your customers will be laughing if you keep sharing that information quite so freely.
Jeez. Okay, let's see this.
You can insert a coin to take a good look at the distant landscape for a few minutes. Kay absolutely would have been all over this. The Kay I know, anyway. But for now, I better focus my powers of observation on this rooftop.
Don't leave any stone unturned, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't.
Pegasus, the winged horse of legend. No, wait. Isn't that a horn on its forehead?
Yeah, it's a unicorn.
So, it's a unicorn? No, that can't be right either. Unicorns don't have wings. What's this? There's a little plaque there at the bottom showing the name of the piece. Contradictions.
What?
That'll teach me to bother engaging with such things.
Well, again, there's no sense in, what the hell? What the hell?
There she is.
Hi.
Kay.
Don't mind me. I was just lying in wait.
That would make you a criminal, Kay. Perhaps you meant to say laying low.
Oh, yes, that.
Nevertheless, I doubt people will look kindly on the suspect haunting the site of her supposed crime. Surely you understand that, even in your current state? On top of which, while you've been playing hide and go seek, I've been worried sick and frantically trying to find you.
Are you mad at me?
Of course I am. Now, what were you thinking coming back here? Did you think your amnesia would excuse your recklessness?
No. I came to try and help you get your badge back.
What?
I thought if I could get my memory back, I might be able to remember killing that poor woman. I thought if I came back to where I lost my memory, maybe I could. Huh?
There's one thing you haven't lost, you know. Your ability to surpass my expectations at every turn. I couldn't be more certain now that you're the Kay I know so very well. However, I don't appreciate you being so reckless. Do you hear me?
I'm sorry.
Seriously, Miles? You're killing me here. You were banking good guy points, and then you went and blew it by blowing your top. Good to see you, kiddo. Glad to see you safe. Come on, bring it in.
Okay.
That's the spirit.
Not now, Fender.
Yeesh. Just trying to lighten the mood. What the hell? I'll do this one. Live news now from the Bigg Building, where a shocking murder took place earlier today. Police continue their hunt for a young woman known to have been present at the scene. She's considered the prime suspect, and police say no effort is being spared in trying to track her down. Yikes. Whew, mama. They're not messing around, huh? Well, team, what's the plan? Looks like the clock's ticking down, and fast.
Indeed. It's only a matter of time before they find us.
All right, first things first. Kay, you're sticking with us from now on, capiche?
But I caused you so much trouble already.
You can hardly make things any worse for me at this point.
Don't tempt her, Miles.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Then it's settled. We're in this together like the Three Musketeers. I'm in the mood for Three Musketeers right now.
Me too.
Miles here will be in charge of proving Kay innocent.
And I will, believe me.
So I'm gonna need you to do everything you can to help him with his investigating. Okay, Kay?
Yes, of course.
Great. Now we gotta move quick. Can't be getting bagged by the boys in blue before we've even started. You two may not have any more to lose, but your Uncle Eddie sure does. Gregory would never forgive me if I got the family office shut down.
Thank you, Fender. I'm sure I owe you more than I'll ever really know.
Okay, well, let's talk to Fender, see what we can get out of him. Can't believe this thing's made the news already. How did they do it, huh? Hey, think they're filming us from the chopper up there right now? Go check the TV for me, Malzarino. Need to make sure they're catching my good side.
Now? At a time like this?
All right, let's look at this.
The beak and wings of a bird and the body of a lion. I guess these statues are meant to guard the peace of this little rooftop haven. I have to say, they're incredibly detailed, almost frighteningly so. Instead of feeling welcomed, I wonder how many people have been scared off by these instead.
That's a good question. So, all right, let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay. As you can see, they're still hard at work up on the 50th floor. That's where the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence holds their disciplinary hearings, correct? Shit. Hang on, let's start over again. You be the reporter.
As you can see, they're still hard at work on top of the 15th floor.
That's where the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence holds their disciplinary hearings, correct?
That's right. There have been people walking by the windows all evening. This is one serious investigation.
Well, this doesn't make our chances of getting out of here with K any rosier.
We'll have to find a way to slip past the press.
I'm a cool and mysterious customer, Malzarino, but I'm no spy.
Maybe we can use him as a decoy if things get desperate.
Okay, whatever you're thinking, quit it. I can tell it doesn't end well for me.
I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention.
All right, well, this caught my attention, the time.
It looks like this is being broadcast live, which means we're looking at the Bigg Building in real time.
Then why don't we see anybody?
Does that mean we're on TV too?
I don't think so. The camera's far away enough, and it's just dark enough that I think we'll be safe for now.
I don't think so. So you know where it says like sought in connection? See, Miles Fender should be standing right about there, but I don't see him. And the
Right.
statues aren't there either.
No.
What the hell is going on here?
At least we better be. If Kay is spotted, things will go from bad to worse before we know it. As you can see, they're still hard at work up on the 50th floor.
That's where the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence holds their disciplinary hearings, correct?
That's right. There have been people walking by the windows all evening. This is one serious investigation. I guess they're still working the committee chamber. The reporter's right. You can see people moving around. Wait, something's very wrong with this picture. And I could use a certain piece of evidence to help me deduce exactly what. Well, deduce. There's a contradiction here hiding in plain sight.
So let's
check
see.
So
The 50th floor is the committee chamber, but if you take a look at the photo, that's the 49th floor.
yes. All right. So check the paper. Eureka. Question: how many floors does this building have?
Easy, 50, right? Kind of ironic that just a few feet above where the committee works, its ugly little schemes, is a place where starry-eyed young romantics come to wish for everlasting smoochy times.
But then, what's that dark space above the 50th floor?
The gloomy underbelly of love? Hey, wait a minute.
Exactly. The committee chamber is supposed to be on the top floor, directly beneath the viewing platform. But it actually appears to be located one floor below that. Clearly contradicting the supposed facts.
Maybe whoever wrote the pamphlet made a mistake?
Somehow, I don't think so. Call me crazy, but
Yes, there appears to be a hidden 51st floor.
it seems
Seems there's an extra floor between the 50th floor and the roof.
Wow. And that's where they keep the gloomy underbelly of love?
my heart. You didn't need to take it quite so literally, Kay.
Good. Then perhaps we can take this more seriously instead.
Come on, have you met me, Miles? That might be easier said than done.
It'll still be easier than trying to enjoy your so-called jokes.
All right. All right. Okay.
So back it up.
Okay, so we're good here. So let's start putting the pieces together. So, okay.
Railing.
Let's try this. Nothing.
Nope. That doesn't add up. You'd better think again.
Okay, well, there's another thing we got to pick up. Usually when we do an investigation, they like, let's see. Okay,
Wanna-
so-
see if-
I'm
see if
just
they
gonna-
want to.
Go
Okay.
ahead. What did you say?
No, you,
Well, let's talk to Kay.
yeah, let's talk to Kay.
I hope I've been of help to you so far.
What do you remember?
I came back here because I thought it might jog my memory.
How about we go over what you remember one more time?
Okay. I was standing under the tree, sheltering from the rain. Then I saw a person in a red raincoat. And then they pushed me.
Can you remember anything specific about the person in the raincoat?
I'm sorry. I just can't recall anything. Oh, but there is one thing. I could see the moon over their shoulder as they came closer and closer.
I think there's a problem there. Give me a second.
The moon?
Yeah.
Yes, it's all very fuzzy, but it was in the exact same place it is right now. Floating up there above the cherry blossoms.
So the moon was visible over the mysterious figure's shoulder. That's new information. I should keep it in mind.
Well, here's the gimmick. I mean, if she saw the guy in the red raincoat coming from the cotton candy stand, the moon wouldn't possibly have been over his shoulder, and she might have been standing under the cherry tree, but the guy was like on the other side. So okay. Anyway, other recollections.
I keep feeling like there's something just on the edge of my memory.
There is? It could be the clue we need. All right, just let it float to the top of your mind and say whatever comes into your thoughts.
All right. I'm seeing... It's very faint, but... I'm seeing a small restaurant. Just a counter and some seats. And there's this incredible smell. A beautiful golden soup. Not too thick, and it tastes just right. It's filled with delicious noodles. They're firm, but not too firm.
Haha. Ooh, Eldone's noodles, perhaps?
That's when a thought crossed my mind. I'm gonna order another bowl.
A captivating memory, but sadly one that has nothing to do with the case.
Don't sell it short, Miles. Don't sell it short at all. Anyway,
Nope,
Kate,
not at all.
Faraday.
You used to say you were the second great thief yet.
Stop. You're still on female.
Oops, sorry.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. You used to say you were the second great thief Yatagarasu, a noble outlaw dedicated to stealing the truth. Do you really not remember any of that?
Oh. I think you're right. I was a noble.
Not a noble, Kay, a noble outlaw. Still, I suppose you got halfway there.
Can we present anything? Let me see. Let me just see what happened.
What about that bloody letter?
Okay.
Is this some kind of contract?
In a way. In a way. It appears to be a criminal contract of sorts, I suppose you could say.
A criminal. And I wrote this?
The letter isn't handwritten, so it's hard to say who actually wrote it.
I see.
I was gonna present the Yatagarasu pin.
You like pins, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Not particularly, no.
Still, you always seem to have one on you.
It's a part of the job, I'm afraid. And this one is also a piece of evidence.
Oh, so you carry things you don't like around as a form of willpower training?
That's not it at all. That's not it.
So, can I show her this?
I'm sorry. I don't remember you well enough to accept a gift like that just yet.
That's all right. I wasn't offering it to you anyway.
Okay, well, screw that. All right, so anyway. Okay, so stambles in the chest. You're key cards. Let me show her the other one.
No, I think that's the same. I think that's the same. Some
Same
guy,
dialogue.
hey, the gamer biker has joined the chat.
What's up, Chuck? You're just in time for tea. So, yeah, so he can go ahead and start typing that. Man, what the hell's going on here? All right. But let me see if I can pull... Okay, we got a new piece of information. Where Kay was standing and the moon. Oh, damn, it's not...
There's no logical connection between those two things.
All right, hold on. Is there a 51st floor? Hang on. Well...
Want me to look it up for you?
No, I want to figure this out on my own. You know,
Got me playing D4 again.
hey, awesome. What are you rolling with? So, let's see. Yeah, let me try this again. So, okay, there's got to be something. The moon railing.
Railing and the moon, try that. Railing and the moon, try that.
Sure. I mean, it's another logical step. Touchdown!
Thinking back over what Kay has said, the person in the raincoat approached her from the direction of the concession stand, which implies that she was pushed over the railing on the side opposite the stand. She also said that she could see the moon over this person's shoulder. But when we checked just now, the moon was in a different location than expected. Yet Kay claims it's currently in the same spot in the sky as on the night of the incident. This throws the positions of the moon and the person in the raincoat out of alignment with her story. I think her memories may have become confused somehow. What's more, if she really had been pushed over that railing, she would have never survived the fall. I'm trying out Spiritborn, but not sure if I really like it.
Okay.
Therefore, I must conclude that she may not have fallen where she thought she did. Remember that trap door? Maybe that's it.
I know exactly where it is. Where Kay is standing and where Kay fell. I'm telling you, that trap door is involved somehow.
You may have fallen, Kay, but it couldn't have been over that railing. Because if you had, you wouldn't be alive now to tell the tale.
But I definitely remember standing under that tree. If I was pushed, the only way I could have fallen is over that railing, isn't it?
Not unless the ground opened up and swallowed you whole.
The ground could just open up like that? How?
My bad. Not a joking matter. Sorry, kiddo.
But it may also be closer to the truth than you think, Fender. Let's take another look at the ground in that area. There's a chance we might have missed something. Aha!
It's been staring me in the face since we got up here.
Kay couldn't have fallen over the railing. So where did she fall? There must be a clue around here somewhere. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention.
Remix Bing.
What's this?
Looks like a service hatch. Kay, you think you might have fallen down here instead? Nah, you'd never be as clumsy as that.
I'm sorry. I just can't say one way or the other.
My bad, kiddo. Just another one of my silly musings. You don't have to take me so seriously, you know.
I don't? Ever?
Well, maybe not never. If I told you to leap lyrically into my arms.
Fender!
Chill, Mouserino. Where's your sense of whimsy?
So, never then.
You only have yourself to blame, Fender. Ouch. Talk about a deep cut. So anyway, let's put some more pieces together. Down the hatch is our 51st floor. Now we're starting to get to the heart of the matter.
How has a whole floor between the 50th and the viewing platform remained undetected all this time?
You got me there. Kind of hard to hide a set of stairs going up to it, if you ask me.
That's precisely it. Things like stairs that are normally out in the open going unnoticed by people seems a bit implausible. Which can only mean the 51st floor is no ordinary floor and can't be reached by ordinary means.
Then we'll just have to reach it through extraordinary means, right?
I don't know about extraordinary means. Maybe let's go for unconventional?
Indeed. Consider, if you will, the hatch we found by the cherry tree. What would you expect to find on the other side of such a hatch? A room of some kind, perhaps?
Oh, a secret room. Now you're talking my language.
Let's go take a look.
Open up. All right. All right, there we go.
What is this place?
Look at all that stuff down there. Is it a storeroom?
Whatever it is, I think we can safely say that this is where you fell.
Go team, strike one mystery off the list.
Yes, but the greater mystery of Kay's memory loss remains unsolved. We have a red rain-coated figure who can walk on air to account for, among other things.
Hey, can a guy bask in his success for a second? So we found it in the storeroom. I vote we scooch on down and check it out.
We have pretty much exhausted everything up here, and it can't hurt to take a look. Investigation complete!
Refill. Okay, I got this one.
This is Emma.
Right.
Is that you, Mr. Edgeworth?
Emma, what are you doing here?
I heard about what happened from Detective Gumshoe. I was in the area, so I thought I'd come by and see what's going on.
This is Emma Skye. She's a high school student currently studying in Europe to become a forensic scientist. The younger sister of a former superior of mine. We've also stood in court together.
The detective called me up in a panic. He said your badge fell off of the big building and that Kay was in a man's suit and...
Hold it right there. Didn't you just leave to go back to Europe a few days ago?
And time out myself. The detective said your badge fell off of the big building and that Kay was in a man's suit. Okay, she's probably just recollecting them. Anyway. But...
And you're back again already?
Yep, I'm here with one of my professors. But not to do any schoolwork or anything, just some interpreting.
Then shouldn't you be off doing that instead of gallivanting around a crime scene?
Gallivanting
around... Shouldn't you be off doing that instead of gallivanting around a crime scene?
Oh, it's fine. There's this wonderful thing called body language, after all.
That's not an actual language, Emma.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Anyway, never mind me. This is about Kay. How is she? Where is she?
Aw, shucks. Isn't that sweet, Kay Meister? Your little friend is worried about you.
Oh, yes. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Don't tell me you went and got a new assistant, Mr. Edgeworth.
Very funny, young lady. It's actually the other way around, I'll have you know. Eddie Fender, attorney at law, and senior partner at Edgeworth and Company Law Offices.
Edgeworth? So you are his assistant? Wait, attorney? Since when were you a defense attorney?
I'm not. To say it's complicated is an understatement.
Let's not sweat the details for now, yeah? First things first.
But an attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Really?
Oof, it's like I'm not even here.
What is this? Some kind of weird experiment?
Perhaps we should head down below. I'll explain there.
I agree. The police could be here any minute. Huh? And who's this?
I'll explain later, Emma. Come on, time to go.
Oh, all right, but you better explain yourself, Mr. Hotshot Pro Attorney.
Trust me, I'll explain that too.
Okery dokery doo, down the hatch we go. To be continued.
We go forward.
Absolutely.
And hey, we got 4 Twitch viewers and 4 YouTube viewers. This is actually getting pretty good.
Sweet. So anyway, investigating the storeroom. April 5th, 7:06 p.m. Where the heck is this? It's dark as a grave down here. Can't see the nose in front of my ruffishly handsome face.
Watch your step, Emma.
Ouch! I hit my head on something.
Make your way down slowly, Kay. I don't want you to slip.
Oh, yes, Mr. Edgeworth.
There's gotta be a light switch here somewhere. Ah, bingo. Click. Oh.
This is...
Holy
Dude.
shit! Hang on a second, we gotta do this. Whoa.
What?
What the heck is that big ass statue doing in the middle of the room? Jesus Christ.
Not only that, look at all the evidence everywhere in this room.
Yeah, I mean, there's the big ass ugly suitcase, there's samurai masks, the Jammin' Ninja mask is gone from that little hook there. What is
and that cow
this?
thing.
What?
Yeah, and that cow thing. Look at that.
Hold on, where?
To the left on the 8400. That bowl thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was from the first episode. What? Okay. Go ahead and repeat that line.
This is. So the hidden 51st floor really is being used as a storeroom.
More like an evidence room.
We'll need to take a careful look over all these items. Bigg Building pamphlet data updated to my organizer. Contains a cross-section of the building.
All right, Mr. Edgeworth. You promised me an explanation or 3.
I did indeed. Where do we even start?
Wow. Lots been happening, huh? What a case.
It's not supposed to fill you with excitement, Emma.
Seem you got yourself into a real pickle, Mr. Prosecutor Attorney.
I'm not an attorney or a prosecutor anymore.
Well, whatever you are, I think it's time for science to lend a helping hand. Don't worry, I brought my entire kit with me.
Well, if you're sure.
Are you kidding? I live for moments like this. Here, let's make this all official. Good working with you again, Mr. Edgeworth.
And you, Miss Sky.
And then there were 4. Right, everyone, let's get to work.
I want to know where that elevator goes.
Looks like it goes down.
It's something we'll certainly want to investigate further, but we should look around up here first.
Aye, aye, Captain. Let me know if you find anything juicy.
I'll keep trying to see what I can remember. I'll let you know if anything comes to mind.
Thank you, Kay. Emma?
Ready, willing, and able to investigate, Mr. Edgeworth.
Very well. Then let's begin. Begin investigation. 51st floor, storeroom.
So, okay, the very first thing I have to look at this big ass thing.
This statue.
What is it? Got some new data for me?
Not exactly. It's something from a case I worked on. A piece of evidence. One moment, please. Okay, here we go. I believe it's called the Alfred statue. And there were two of them, a real one and a fake. Whichever one this is, it shouldn't be here of all places.
An old case, huh? Guess you have worked out on a bunch of different...
What the heck?
Ah! Gotcha! What the? Caught in the act, red dang-handed, guilty than a tomcat covered in cream. Ugh, my eyes! Stop that at once! Ain't no stopping my snapping, not till I got every dang detail and then some. Y'all think I'm about to let a bunch of dirty criminals go before I get the shot? Think again!
We're not criminals.
Yeah, sure. Pull the other one. It's got bells on. This here camera's a weapon of justice. It ain't about to be hornswoggled by your cheap denials. Oh, it's you. Huh? You're that low-down, dirty jerk of a prosecutor, ain't you? Who are you calling a low-down, dirty jerk? This is Lotta Hart. A photojournalist by trade, we've crossed paths on a few occasions, especially on that one particular case. Call back to turnabout goodbyes.
Indeed.
She's hard to forget, and even harder to get a word in edgewise with. Quit making that face, will you? That's the face of a no-good schemer if I ever saw one. Seems I didn't leave the best of impressions on her either. Well, it's payback time, Mr. Schemer. You ought to be thankful all I want from you is a couple of pictures.
Now that's a country accent, says Dylos. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dylos. You know, I've been working on that a lot, and remember her from like the first game, the first Phoenix Wright game, and not only that, but Justice for All. Yeah.
But we're just here to investigate.
Sure you are. If by investigate you mean pull the wool over Lotta's mile-wide eyes.
Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I thought you might listen to me.
It didn't hurt to try, I guess, but we're probably better off leaving her alone for now.
What the heck? Oh my god. Okay, let me look at this again.
You said this statue was a piece of evidence from an old case of yours, right? It's pretty weird looking, I have to say.
It's known as the Alfred statue.
The what?
The Alfred statue.
But it says here that it's called the Alif Red statue.
Oh, that's weird.
Alif Red, Alfred Alif Red.
What are you muttering about?
Oh, nothing. Let's carry on looking around, shall we?
So anyway, all right. Ugh, Jesus. All right, let's look at this.
These are...
Well, what's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth?
If I'm not mistaken, several of the items on display here are pieces of evidence from old cases of mine. But what are they doing here?
Maybe this is where the committee stores stuff it's looking into?
It can't be. Evidence like this is stored at the police department.
They don't keep stuff at the prosecutor's office, too?
When a case is ongoing, yes. But once the last trial is finished up, it's supposed to go right back to the precinct, unless there's a very good reason for it to go elsewhere.
And yet, here it all is.
There's no point in trying to figure out the whys right now. I should take a closer look at it all.
There's the doll that helped nail Alba's Quartius Alba. There's the cow thing.
They all have labels. Labels with numbers printed on them.
Exhibit numbers, maybe? You said they were all pieces of evidence, right?
Yes, but judging by how the numbers are written and by the items themselves, I guess these are prices. Hey, wait a minute.
The evidence all has price tags attached. High price tags. You don't mean to tell me that the police department is in on the smuggling ring?
I don't know about that.
But these are evidence pieces from old cases, and they're being sold off on the black market. The heck is going on here? Anyway,
You don't think there's gonna be an auction sometime, huh? Or not? I don't know.
Prices? I would have never guessed that. Wait, but none of this stuff could be worth that much money, could it?
The prices are very high indeed. It's no wonder she's surprised. I must examine all these in detail.
okay, let's look at this guy first.
Aw, isn't he a cutie? Look at this fluffy little guy.
That's the stuffed animal we found at Gourd Lake. He should be in the possession of the prosecutor in charge of that case. So how did he wind up here?
Oh, but look, he's missing his left horn.
He is, but he never had it in the first place. At least not as far as we ever saw.
Defective merchandise, huh? Then we need to contact the manufacturer. I demand a recall.
Hold on. Now that I come to think of it, why would anyone give the president a broken toy to begin with? Broken plushie data jotted down on my organizer. The stuffed animal we originally found on the Zheng Fa presidential plane, missing its left horn.
So this storeroom is actually more of a stock room?
It would seem so, much as it pains me to consider such a thing. What kind of person sells off evidence from serious criminal cases?
And who to? Who would even want to pay for all this stuff?
Somebody, clearly. The price tags are proof of that.
Wow, people really will collect anything, huh? Fascinating. That's a cute little doll. It kind of looks like the Steel Samurai.
It's actually the Iron Infant, son of the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess. He was born unburdened with the knowledge that he would too would one day be called upon to fight for justice. I can't imagine the pressure that must have put him under, more than most people could bear. Yes, he's young, but you can sense it nonetheless, a certain tragic refinement.
Edgeworth, Mr. Edgeworth, are you even listening to me?
Of course.
Nerd.
Hey, wait, that perfume and that Bobbly's ink.
Oh my God, look at this.
A bottle of ink and a lantern, both pieces of evidence from a previous case of mine.
But why? What's all this stuff that's related to you doing here?
It's not as if any of it was in my possession for any length of time, the duration of the case, and no longer. Perhaps this is all nothing but a coincidence.
Dude, it's Ace Attorney. There's no such thing as a coincidence in these games.
Seriously? A coincidence? I never thought I'd hear those words coming out of your mouth.
We must always face up to the facts of its situation, however strange they may be. Isn't that what scientists believe too?
Oh, you want to talk about what scientists believe? Settle in. This may take a while.
It's a small bottle, one I've seen before.
Oh, that's all? Nothing else to add?
Well, no. What more did you want me to say?
Hold up. I gotta write this down. Mr. Edgeworth can turn even the most boring topics into something picturesque with his explanations.
Next time, try taking those kinds of notes in silence.
But she mentioned now Kay mentioned a smell. You think perhaps that that the smell of that perfume might jog her memory? It is said that olfactory senses can really hit memories hard.
That's odd. This is the only spot with nothing on it. But it still has one of those signs in front of it.
Indeed. And look, there's an outline in the dust on top of the cloth. I'd say something was probably sitting there until quite recently, wouldn't you?
You know what? I think you might be right. But, I'm drawing a blank trying to imagine what.
Well, I might have an idea. A star-shaped outline. Don't we have a piece of evidence that might well be connected? Uh-oh. Deduce it.
So let's see.
Could this be related to the evidence somehow?
So it's not that. But maybe it is. But I mean, we could try it. No, it's the candle.
Eureka! The outline in the dust matches the bottom of the candelabrum exactly. I'd say there's a very strong chance that this is where our murderer took it from.
Which would mean the candelabrum was evidence from another case?
It certainly seems likely, but that's not our concern right now.
Yeah, it is.
The key thing to note is that the murder weapon was taken from this storeroom. All right, now back it up.
Yeah. Okay, so there's more to search. I don't care that it's not done yet. Okay. Let's look at this.
It's kind of creepy, all these masks lined up here in the dark.
Not a fan of horror movies, I take it.
No way. That stuff's so unscientific.
I think you mispronounced terrifying. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention.
Well, check it out. This space is blank.
There's a selection of masks arranged on the rack here. There's even a steel samurai. And what an impressively authentic likeness it is, too.
The scientist in me is sensing something strange, though. A lack of consistency, you know?
In the sense that the characters represented here feel a little haphazard somehow, I don't disagree. There's even an empty space here.
Yeah, just an empty hook right in the middle.
Is somebody using that one, perhaps?
Nuh-uh. I know exactly what that is.
Could this be related to the evidence somehow?
Ding dong.
Eureka! Kay was carrying a Jammin' Ninja mask when she was found. But it looks like it might have originally come from this hook.
Scientifically speaking, that doesn't seem like a crazy hypothesis, which would mean that Kay was really here?
As you put it, not a crazy hypothesis, but why?
Did she come to steal something, maybe? There's all kinds of stuff here.
Because she's a great thief who steals the truth, I suppose. No, I think it's too early to jump to any conclusions.
Well, still. Okay. What is this?
These are all case files from various murders.
What?
Whoa!
What? But why would they be in here?
They should be safely under lock and key at the courthouse or the prosecutor's office, which would suggest that somebody removed them without permission. Something very suspicious is going on here. We need to find out more. Just look at one of the masks or something. Or you want to talk to
Yeah, let's talk to Lotta.
So, what are y'all doing snooping around a fishy old place like this anyhow? I think it's us who should be asking you that. Me? I'm in it for the truth, for the good of society, and for little old me, of course. I'm what you might call a photographer for the people. Snapping here, snapping there, snapping every dang where. I'll just leave you to it then. We can talk once you've gotten it out of your system later. Now check down there. Did you see that transceiver down there?
I sure do. This guy over here, I saw all that cash, but anyway.
A bunch of trophies, and oh look, somebody's left a walkie-talkie here.
It looks to me like it was put there deliberately, rather like it's on display, to be honest.
Hey, there are batteries in here too. It can be useful. Let's take it with us. Nobody will mind if we use it for a little while, will they? I can take it to the police station afterward.
Someone's starting to sound like a certain great thief.
You know,
there.
You know what that walkie-talkie is? That's the walkie-talkie that we took to talk to Shelley the killer with. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, let me look at that steel samurai mask. Oh,
I don't believe there's any more to be found here.
Well, in that case, never mind. Okay, look at this.
Piles of banknotes just left out for all to see. A little tasteless, wouldn't you say?
No way. These are all $100 bills. That's a fortune right there.
Ooh.
How many years would it take for you to make that much money, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please, Emma, I don't even want to think about it.
How about you set it on fire? We want to make sure that it's not counterfeit. Price tags, and in case there's piles of money were left in the storeroom. Some kind of deal?
Oh. Boom. We've seen items of old evidence marked with price tags along with a huge pile of cash. I think it's pretty clear that somebody has been running an illicit trade in judicial goods.
Shady deals on a hidden 51st floor? This is big. It has to be, right?
I think it might be, but we'll need to investigate a little further yet. We need to find out more about what's going on here.
If only there was an eyewitness we could interview.
An eyewitness, huh? That's when we talk to Ms. Lotta Hart.
Yeah, well, either that or I want to look at the suitcase real quick. Can I, though? Oh, nope, I can't.
Why exactly are you here, Miss Hart?
Me?
I told you, I'm in it for the truth, for the good of society, and for little old me, of course. I'm a photographer for the people.
For the people?
If you won't tell me the real reason you're here, perhaps I can hazard a guess. Somebody was carrying out an illicit police evidence trafficking scheme here in the storeroom.
Oh, so she's after a juicy story. Makes sense.
What? How'd y'all figure that one out? Guess it means I don't have to tippy-toe around it anymore now. One of my sources told me on the down low about an underground auction.
Oh, shit.
Uh-huh. What? So all the items here were sold to the highest bidder. Folks was slinging money around like it was going out of fashion. Had to come see for myself, of course. Get eyes on my subject, you know. Should have heard the tales my contact was telling. Taller than 2 trees, or so I thought at first.
So who's her contact?
Anyhow, wasn't about to write it up based on hearsay alone. So yesterday I snuck behind this here statue and settled in to wait.
You don't think she could be the accidental cause of Kay losing her memory, huh?
I don't think so.
I'm just saying, what if she was stepping backwards, and then she fell down the hatch because it was already open, right?
Yeah, I think that you may have a point.
Mm-hmm. It's a theory. Anyway.
Didn't start late at night and carried right on through till the break of dawn. So the auction and the murder happened on the same night. Coincidence?
I think not.
Underground auction. Dirty deals in a secret storeroom. Talk about a story. Was there anything else on sale apart from the items of evidence in this room? Sure, there was regular old stuff too. Shady artworks from who knows where, that kind of thing. In what way are shady artworks regular exactly? Well, the evidence was a big draw for sure. Reckon they were selling them faster than the crooks could smuggle them out of the cop and prosecutor shops.
And I'll bet you got pictures of the whole thing, right, Miss Hart?
Well, you see, the main event was down below. I had to try and see what I could from up here. Haven't been up here since yesterday. I assume you witnessed the entire auction from start to finish then? It was an underground affair, like I said, so folks wasn't exactly giving much away. All them customers came down one at a time from up on the roof there. Threw on masks just as soon as they got down the ladder, and that ain't all.
You don't think Kay was part of the auction, do you?
No.
Well,
I don't think
maybe
so.
Maybe she was going to be working undercover, pretending. Who knows? Anyway.
That ain't all. They had voice changer doodads on them, see? Teeny tiny one, dinkier than a bug's behind. And so you couldn't see the real faces and you couldn't hear the real voices. Surreptitious as all heck.
You mean surreptitious, right?
I surely do. Sweet surreptitude. Also, not a word. Anywho, once they had their gear on, they went right on downstairs. And then in came the next one. When it came time to leave, they all done the same, but in reverse. Up they came again, one by one by one.
Oh.
Mask back on the hook, up the ladder and away.
Why is one missing? Anyway.
Whoa, that's a serious operation.
Masks data jotted down on my organizer. A selection of various masks was kept on a rack. Each participant in the auction wore one. And how many participants were there?
Okay, 4 times 3 is 12.
11 altogether. I counted them when they came down the ladder.
So only 11 masks were used. Participants entered the storeroom one by one from the roof. They also left one by one to the storeroom and up to the roof. Why was that guy wearing a red raincoat in your stakeout?
I didn't just hide behind a stupid statue the whole time, you know. You didn't? Then where were you? Well, when I first got here, you know what? That ain't important right now. She's hiding something.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. Yes, it is.
So you were hiding behind the statue from the very beginning. Anywho, I watched all them folks come in from my spot there in the shadows.
I see. So you were watching from behind the statue.
I used that there elevator to get down below. And once they was all down there, I snuck up and took me a peek at what's going on. You mean the elevator remained in the room beneath? No, they sent it back up. But there's a little peeky hole if you know where to look. Elevator don't quite sit flush with the floor, see?
Yeah, there's light coming out from underneath it.
And if you bend down and squint just right, you can see the whole shebang. Did you catch sight of who was in charge? All right, sure, I guess I did. Ain't half so good a story if you don't get a glimpse of the evil ringleader after all. I wonder who this ringleader is. I'll have to ask her some more. Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go.
You mentioned a ringleader. Can you tell me any more about them? Y'all should know, I came here to get me an exclusive. And an exclusive ain't much dang good if you done spilled the beans already. I see. So you don't actually know anything about them.
You think that's why she won't give us an answer? Makes sense, I guess.
You got me. Couldn't see if it was a man or a woman, a kid or an old timer. Nothing. What were they wearing? Could you see that at least? Sure. White jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower on the lapel. Them three things is what I remember. So she knows about...
Just like our victim. You see that?
Yep.
So
Yep.
she was one of the auctioneers.
Oh boy.
So somebody, so I don't know what's going on. And Kay was involved, but she was undercover. I'm telling you, that's what happened. That's why the Jammin' Ninja mask is missing, and I bet you if I look at that thing, I'll see a voice chip in that thing. I will bet you $20 right now on this stream.
Okay, you're on.
All right, but we're looking at that mask as soon as we're done talking to her. Anyway.
Oops, no. You're looking at the autopsy report.
Okay, anyway.
Sure. White jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower on the lapel. Them three things is what I remember. But what good's a description of the outfit if I don't got a clue who was wearing it?
So this ringleader disguised their identity too, just like everybody else.
Yes, sirree. Mask, voice changer, the whole 9 yards. They were wearing one of the masks? Which one? Let me see. Oh yeah, this guy. Zervan.
Huh?
Zervan? What kind of a name is that?
Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth? You've never heard of Zervan? He's global hero. He's global hero. Onion Kaban's or arch nemesis. Who hasn't heard of Zervan the Time Lord?
I think you might be better off asking who has. So you didn't get a glimpse of their face at all? No, I dang well didn't, which kind of starches my scoop. This whole mess has been nothing but a snap hunt. I should have never come. Ringleader's appearance data jotted down on my organizer. Ringleader wore a white jacket, white gloves, a magenta flower, and a mask. Age and gender could not be discerned.
So, okay, did everybody else wear the same outfit? Because if everybody else didn't wear the same outfit, guess who our ringleader is? Apparently, our victim is looking like she was the ringleader. But Edgeworth talked about how the buttons are on the wrong side. The flower was torn off. So she's going to be made to look like the ringleader died. Dude, this is wild. Anyway.
We know of somebody who was dressed like that. Maybe I should try showing that evidence to Miss Hart.
100%. I gotta do it quickly. I can't take this.
You said that the ringleader was wearing a white jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower, correct? Sure did. Don't ask me why they was dressed up like a peacock on parade day, but they was. Is this the outfit you saw? Well, holy smokes, it sure as heck is.
Uh-oh.
But wait, so the Big Cheese is dead? All we know is that she is the victim in the case we're investigating.
Her name was Rosie Ringer. Did you know her? Do you know her?
Nope. So the ringleader was a lady? Well, ain't that just a slipper in a dang eel? Throwing me off with a man's jacket like that. I hardly think she did it to fool you specifically. But setting that aside for now, what's important is that we've discovered something vital to the case. Namely, that the underground auction was chaired by none other than our victim.
At least that's what they want you to believe.
Well, somebody done bumped off the boss, huh? Then that's what was happening. When was that When what was happening? Oh, Nothing at all. Y'all just go on about your business now. She's hiding something.
No offense, Miss Hart, but that made you sound about 5 times more suspicious.
Suspicious my foot. I told y'all it's nothing. And you won't get nothing more out of me than that. Wait, so there is more? I think I know what time it is.
Oh, yeah, me too.
How many dang times do I gotta tell you? I ain't nothing, okay? It ain't nothing, okay? And I ain't saying nothing either way.
I can't take it anymore. I have to look at this. Oh, it won't let me show it. Damn it. Anyway.
Aw, you can tell us. You can tell us just a little more, pretty please?
I'll tell you this, okay? I'm a journalist, a news hound, a scoop hunter, you hear? Exclusive articles go out, money comes in. That's how the game's played. Tell you more? Heck, I done told y'all too much already.
Wait, what if I examined some fingerprints for you, pro bono?
What kind of a cucker made me think you was that? I'd sooner get a tooth pulled. You want intel? You go dig it up yourselves, just like I had to.
Okay, guess she isn't gonna talk to either of us.
Oh, she will. I'll handle things from here, Emma. There's a certain technique I find useful when dealing with difficult customers such as her. She may not give up the information voluntarily, but that doesn't mean she can't be persuaded to.
Here we go, baby.
It's time once again for
Mind chess.
Let's start by observing our opponent. I ain't telling you nothing, you hear? Now quit wasting my time before I really blow a fuse. As we've seen, she's very quick-tempered. She'll try to cut the conversation dead wherever possible. I won't have much time to think, so I'll need to be swift and decisive. Miss Hart is definitely hiding something from me. So my first move is to discover what that something is. Mind chess commence!
Okay, let's talk about this reasonably, but oh, never mind. Tell me what you know.
I need you to tell me everything you know, and don't you dare leave anything out. Don't jump in a creek, you big bully. Why should I tell you anything? You don't got nothing to do with me, nor me with you neither. I don't have a clue as to how to proceed with this line of questioning. I better try another tack. Let's talk about this reasonably. I can see you're a little agitated, Miss Hart. Let's just calm down. I am calm, dang you. Least the way as I will be, just as soon as y'all quit yanking my dang chain.
Bide my time. Every time.
That's better. Being a news hound's all about keeping a cool head no matter what the world throws at you, see? Speaking of news hounds, this might interest you. I met one a few days ago. She was a very hungry young reporter indeed.
Uh-oh. Do you really think we're gonna see? Uh-oh. Here we go.
A reporter with a very particular turn of phrase, similar to your own, in fact. Oh, yeah? She spoke like me, huh? Guess that could have been someone I know. Oh, she was your apprentice. Her name is Tabby Lloyd. And if I had closed my eyes, I could have believed I was listening to you. She told me about somebody she called the Chief. She was talking about you, wasn't she? Oh, so y'all met Tabby, huh? Well, ain't that something? Where'd y'all bump into her? She's a great kid. Reckon... Wait. Oh, no, you don't. You ain't getting on my good side bringing her into this, you sneaky snake. Whew, you nearly had me, too. Interesting. Talking about Miss Lloyd seemed to make her lower her guard a little. I think we can use that to our advantage. Now tell me what you know. I need you to tell me everything you know, and don't you dare leave anything out. Don't jump in a creek, you big bully. Why should I tell you anything? You don't got nothing to do with me, nor me with you neither. Time to deploy my clue.
I know your apprentice pretty well.
I don't have anything to do with you? That's a little unkind, don't you think? After all, I know your apprentice. I know her pretty well, in fact. Yeah? Well, I guess it does seem kind of cold of me to say that if you know her pretty good. Wouldn't want the poor kid thinking I don't give a rat's behind. Good. Then you'll tell us what you know. Fine. See, it's like this. Got me a scoop. Wait, what am I thinking? Dang it, Lotta. You can't let a bamboozle you that easy. What was that about a scoop? Forget it. It was nothing.
You have a scoop of some kind, don't you?
How embarrassing. A professional journalist making a careless slip of the tongue. You have a scoop, don't you? Now tell me what it is. All right, I got me a scoop. A big one. But I can't just go blabbing about it to y'all. I got bills to pay.
So that's the person in the red raincoat. Tabby Lloyd is involved in losing Kay's memory. But how? Anyway.
She may be hiding something very important. I have to get it out of her somehow. We need to know the details of this scoop.
Refill.
She's quick to anger, but she's also quick to let key information slip. Now that we know that, the rest shouldn't be too hard. Let's see what else we can get out of her.
Okay, is it related to an incident of some kind?
Your big scoop involves something criminal in nature, doesn't it? Might be it did, might be it didn't. Which is it? This is important. All right. You don't gotta holler at me like that. I ain't done nothing shameful or nothing. Just snuck in and did some undercover reporting. Yours. You sneaking in is a problem.
Bide my time.
Silent treatment, huh? Well, two can play that game. Perhaps a little more proactivity is called for.
Oh, no.
Oops, that was bad. And this heart is very quick-tempered. She'll try to cut the conversation dead wherever possible. I don't have much time to think, so I'll need to be swift and decisive.
It's related to an incident.
Undercover reporting.
Well, you sneaking in is a problem.
I'll be the judge of whether your actions were shameful or not. An unlawful entry into private property is very shameful indeed. In fact, it's a crime. Hey, you did the exact same thing, genius. But I guess you're a prosecutor, huh? You're allowed to do stuff like that. Let's not mention the fact that I handed in my badge, shall we? Still, it don't amount to a whole lot hill of beans, all right? Right? These folks out there that have done way worse. Murder for one. Next to murder, trespass ain't hardly nothing.
What do you mean, murder? Holy shit. So your
scoop is...
Yep.
From your mutterings about murder just now, I gather that your scoop has something to do with the homicide. No, I was just talking all hypothetical-like. You know, about murder being the big one and all, and ain't nothing worse than murder. Not the most skillful evasion I've heard in my career. Look, I done told you, okay? I snuck into the auction. I'll cop to that. But murder? I don't know nothing about no murder. Ain't seen nothing, ain't heard nothing. Scout's honor. I don't have a clue as to how to proceed with this line of questioning. I better try another tack.
Is it related to the auction?
This scoop of yours, does it have something to do with the auction? You know what? I clean forget. But you tried to infiltrate an underground auction. It only stands to reason that you observed something. Otherwise, what would you have to write about? I don't know what to tell you. I didn't hear nothing. You did hear something. Did you hear something from... You do realize you have nowhere to turn, don't you? Oh, quit riding me, will you? This whole thing's a waste of my precious time. I should have picked my words more wisely. Oops, time's up. I don't got time for this hog's wheel. That's it, I'm out of here. Ugh, curses.
Oh boy, can I repeat it?
I think so. I can't give up now. I have to keep pushing.
Refill.
All right, once more onto the breach.
I love that.
Mind checks, commence.
It's related to
Is
the
it
auction.
related to this scoop of yours? Does it have something to do with the auction? You know what? I clearly forget. But you tried to infiltrate an underground auction. It only stands to reason that you observed something. Otherwise, what would you have to write about? I don't know what to tell you. I didn't hear nothing.
So you did hear the sound of something then.
If you didn't hear the sound of nothing, does that mean you did hear the sound of something?
Them damn double negatives.
Something during your time in this room? Well, see, it wasn't nothing really. Just a little noise is all. Wouldn't even make page 16. Forget I mentioned it. So something happened during the auction. Something that made a noise of some kind. This could be a valuable clue. Okay, well, an incident. Your big scoop involves something criminal in nature, doesn't it? Nah, might be it did, might be it didn't. Which is it? This is important. All right. You don't gotta holler at me like that. I ain't done nothing shameful or nothing. Just snuck in and did some undercover reporting.
You sneaking in is a problem.
I'll be the judge of whether your actions were shameful or not. An unlawful entry into private property is very shameful indeed. In fact, it's a crime. Hey, you did the exact same thing, genius. Oh, but I guess you're a prosecutor, huh? You're allowed to do stuff like that. Let's not mention the fact that I hid it in my badge, shall we? Still, it don't amount to a whole hill of beans, right? There's folks out there that are way worse. Murder for one. Next to murder, trespass ain't hardly nothing.
So your scoop is
your
about a
scoop-
murder.
From your mutterings about murder just now, I gather that your scoop has something to do with the homicide. Huh? No, I was just talking all hypothetical like. You know about murder being the big one and all. Ain't nothing worse than a murder. Not the most skillful evasion I've heard in my career. Look, I done told you, okay? I snuck into the auction. I'll cop to that. But murder? I don't know nothing about no murder. Ain't seen nothing, ain't heard nothing. Scout's honor. Time to deploy my clue.
But you did hear something, didn't you?
You told me you heard something during the auction. You claimed it wasn't important, but it must have been. Otherwise, why remember it? I think it was something very memorable indeed. In fact, I believe it was the cry of a murder victim. Ugh. How do you keep doing that? All right, it's true. I wound up smack dab in the middle of a murder scene, but only by accident. And that's all you're getting out of me. Won't be no scoop left otherwise. The murder Miss Hart witnessed. It must be the same murder we ourselves been investigating. That should prove to be a very valuable piece of information indeed. Perhaps we should finish up by confirming the credibility of her claim. Refill. I have her on the back foot now. Time to finish this.
Tell me more about the incident.
I need you to describe the murder in detail. It's vitally important. Wish I could help y'all, but I don't rightly recall a whole bunch. Ain't much I can tell you. Sorry. I mean, look at me. Can't even get my facts straight half the time. I don't have a clue as to how to proceed with this line of questioning. Better try another tack.
Something you're still not telling me.
Be honest, Miss Hart. I know there's something you're still not telling me. Ain't nothing left to tell, dang it. I done spilled my guts already. Don't have a clue as to how to proceed with this line of questioning either. Better try another tack.
Are you really in the middle?
You said you wound up in the middle of a murder scene. Is that really true? You're calling me a liar now? Wait, now I'm mad. Real mad.
Bide my time.
I'm a journalist. How am I going to sell stories if folks can't trust that I'm telling the truth? I got me a motto, you know. Faster than anybody, honester than everybody. A motto, huh? That could be an important clue. I should bear it in mind.
Can't get my facts straight half the time, right?
I need you to describe the murder in detail. It's vitally important. Wish I could help y'all, but I don't rightly recall a whole bunch. Ain't much I can tell you. Sorry. I mean, look at me. Can't even get my facts straight half the time. Time to deploy my clue.
I thought you were honester than everybody.
I can't imagine that being so vague on the facts is a trait valued among journalists. Surely accuracy and honesty are what's necessary when reporting on a story. Well, see, it seems your so-called information's not credible after all. Look, there was a murder, and I was there. I could even prove it.
You can prove it, can you?
You can prove it, can you? How? I got it right. Wait, you heard that? I was just talking to myself. Don't think nothing of it. She's still hiding something. This is a very vital clue. I'll need it to use it to maximum effect.
There's something you're still not telling me.
Be honest, Miss Hart. I know there's something you're still not telling me. Ain't nothing left to tell, dang it. I've done spilled my guts already. Time to deploy my clue.
You're definitely still hiding something.
I know you've been keeping something from me. And that something is proof. Proof related to the murder you witnessed. Proof sound enough to form the basis of a story you're hoping to sell. Dang it all to heck. Give me a break, will ya? I'll come clean, okay? That's what you want, right? Here, I done snap me a photo. Happy now? You better be. And that's checkmate. Gotcha, bitch.
There you go, baby.
Refill. Mine just checkmate. Can't believe I let that happen. Betrayed by my own big mouth. Well, it happened, so it's time to tell us everything. I saw the whole thing. Watched that auction from start to finish.
But you didn't just watch it, right? You took pictures too.
Yeah, about that. So, like I said, I was spying on the whole thing right from the get-go. He was all shutting out bids, and somebody wins something, and bam, down comes the hammer.
The hammer? Who do we know in this story that uses a hammer?
Oh boy.
I knew Verity was hiding something. Gotta prove it, though.
Head on upstairs and pay, shouts the old ringleader, and then the whole thing starts over again. Anyhow, as soon as that happened, I had to think quick. That's when I ran behind that there statue and hid. Beg pardon. And who was it that eventually appeared? It didn't say nothing, but I heard something that made me pretty sure it was whoever placed the winning bid. The sweet, sweet sound of cold hard cash. I'm not sure I have any idea what that sounds like. The sound of someone counting bills, perhaps. Anyhow, the deal was you sell your bills up here. I heard two people yammer for a little while. Wait, so two people came up on the elevator? You betcha. My guess is the other one was our friend, the ringleader. Anyway, yabber, on it goes for a little while, then, a scream. Well, that shook me up pretty good, so I hunkered down to my hiding place and tried to stay out of sight.
You know who else screamed? Kay did. So maybe while those two were arguing, Kay fell down the ladder. Anyway.
Or the hatch. So you didn't see the moment of the murder? Nah, but I heard it real good.
You didn't try and help whoever was being attacked?
Quit trying to be funny, girlie. It don't suit you none. I'm just a dainty little journalist all lonesome. You think I was fixing to jump in and save the day? Dainty. Anyhow, then there was a bunch of rustling sounds. Right about when that was happening, I got to feeling pretty bad about what I'd done.
That makes sense, I guess. After all, you didn't...
I didn't remember to get out my camera and snap even a single picture. Scoop like that drops right in my lap and I missed it. Somebody ought to tan my hide. Anyhow, then a little more time goes by, and there's this kind of clattering noise. I'm there thinking, gotta get the shot this time, and so I grab one real quick from the channels there. Could we see this photograph? Oh, do I have to? Here. That's...
The person in the red raincoat, the one who attacked Kay.
So Kay's raincoated assailant also attacked the victim here in the storeroom. Then proceeded up to the roof where they assaulted Kay.
And check it out. There's blood on her hand. There's blood on the hand. And on the left hand, too. Ladies and gentlemen, Tabby Lloyd is our murder suspect.
I don't even know about that.
Well, she does have blood on her hands, and she was in the auction hall. Anyway.
Miss Hart's picture, data jotted down on my organizer. A photograph of the mysterious figure in the red raincoat. There's only one person in this picture. Where is the victim? Weird, huh? I wondered the same thing. There are two people, but there was only one in the shot I got. And I didn't see nobody nowhere else in the room either. But that's the killer, all right. Leastways, I'm pretty sure it is. So are we saying the victim disappeared? Possible the murder happened in the storeroom during the auction. Maybe. How did you know it was the killer just by looking? Because they're literally right-handed with blood. How else would that get there, huh?
And the auction just carried on after that?
Sure did. They just went right along like nothing had happened. Rich folks is crazier than a box of frogs. I'll never understand how they think. Funny. I find journalists a struggle to understand as well. Miss Hart's statement data jotted down in my organizer. Miss Hart's observations about what happened during the mysterious auction.
Okay, holy smokes.
Okay.
You know, okay.
Better start. You better finish the investigation of the. Wait, okay. Connect the dots. Auction entry and exit. Disappearing victim.
Let's see what happens. Probably nothing. Oh, shit.
Connection. If the storeroom was the actual scene of the crime, then you'd expect the bodies to have been up here at some point as well.
Huh? Well, yeah.
But think back to what Miss Hart told us about how the customers left the auction. Do you remember?
Of course. They came up from downstairs, back to the storeroom, and... Oh!
Exactly. The killer would have had to hide the body in order to avoid its discovery. The question is, where did they hide it? The body was hidden so auction participants who were leaving wouldn't spot it. Emma, if you would mind putting your skills to work for me now.
I'd love to. You just say what you need and I'll get right on it.
Very well. Then I'd like you to check for blood residue. A luminol test, in other words.
Sure thing. Prepare to witness the power of science.
I've never seen somebody's eyes actually sparkle with anticipation before.
All right, how about we test the ladder over there first? Based on Miss Hart's picture, I'd say the person in the red raincoat was about to climb it and make their escape, which means there's a high chance of a positive result. To test an area, just press the cross button. That'll spray a little luminol on it.
Ooh.
And if it happens to land in some blood, you'll see it react like this. Ugh, still feels super raw to see it just appear like that. Anyway, that's a positive, but it's still faint. Spraying it a couple more times should be enough to really make it stand out. Yeah, that brought it out nicely, and made it feel that much more real. Anyway, I think you've got the gist of how to look for blood traces now, right? I'm sure there's still some more to be found, so why don't you give it a try?
All right, let's go. Okay, ding, ding. Oop, there's more here.
Ooh.
And that's how it's done. around and see if you can find some other places to test with the luminol. You want to test there?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a negative.
What about on the other table over there? Anywhere you want to look?
You want to test it there? Sorry, it's a negative. You want to test there? Sorry, it's a negative. Want to test there? That's a negative. Test there? Just spray some luminol on any place suspicious.
Oh, hey, look at this.
Oh. We've
We've got a positive. There's blood here. But how come?
Probably because this is where the murder was actually committed, I'd say.
Ooh, looks like some of it dripped through to the floor below, too.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's why there's blood by the statue there.
No.
Yeah?
Well,
Yeah? You like
elevator,
that?
elevator blood data jotted down on my organizer. Blood was detected on the secret elevator. It looks like it dripped through the floor below.
There are still places we haven't tested yet. Let's see what else we can find.
All right. Nah, nope. What about that chain box? You think you can test with that chain? No. No. Test there?
I would think so, because, yeah, that's where they hid the body.
Just spray some luminol on any place suspicious.
Right there.
Mr. Edgeworth, blood!
But how could it have gotten there?
Maybe somebody put something with blood on it in... Maybe somebody put something with blood on it in there.
The body, perhaps?
Uh-oh, yep. Time to connect the dots, it looks like.
I think that's all the blood there is to be found.
All right, then that concludes this phase of our investigation. All right, then time to connect the dots.
All right, but
Is
first,
there?
I want to look at this elevator here. Oh boy, this whole experience is enough to boggle a guy's mind. Mysterious storerooms, damsels in distress, it's got the lot.
Could you at least try to take things a little more seriously, Fender?
Hey, I can try. No, but seriously, I'm as keen to help Kay out as you are. She's safe with me. You go do your thing.
It's not Kay I'm worried about, it's you.
Wow, this is some sturdy construction. Thick floor plate, sturdy supports. At a rough estimate, I'd say it could hold 50 of you easily, Mr. Edgeworth.
Except for the fact that it's nowhere near big enough.
You say that, but pack yourselves in tight enough, and I think you just might do it.
I really don't think so. And anyway, we have more important things to be investigating. We can theorize about the elevator once we're done.
Actually,
Maybe you're right. Fine, 45, Mr. Edgeworth. It's 48 tops.
you know what I need to do? I need to talk to Kay and present that,
I hope I've been of help to you so far.
so I need to present that photo.
No, that's not it. That's
Oh, wait, no, I
that's
pressed the
person.
wrong.
Oops, that's the same dialogue.
I'm sorry. I don't remember you well enough to accept a gift like that just yet.
That's all right. I wasn't offering it to you anyway.
This is it.
That's them. That's the person who pushed me.
You still don't remember their face?
No, but the raincoat, it was, I'm sure it was, at least I think I'm sure. Maybe?
Which is it, Kay? Are you sure or are you not?
I don't know. When you look at me like that, my mind just goes blank.
Never mind me. What about the person in the picture?
I don't know. The raincoat is all I'm sure of.
Which means that Kay can't be the murderer. I just have to find more evidence to support my case. All right.
Okay, so anyway.
Can you talk to her further?
Nope.
No.
All right, time to put the dots together. So, hidden body in the closed box blood. That's where the body was hidden.
Blood in the closed box can only mean one thing. That is where the body was hidden. I'm certain of it.
I wonder who won the box in the auction.
I haven't the foggiest. Still, it's a very helpful discovery. Now you just hold your horses there. There's no way the body could have been in there.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean? I took a look at that there box when I first got in here. It looked to be just about the perfect size for a little hide-and-go-seek if the need arose. And maybe it would have been, if I could open it, but it was wrapped in chains and locked up tight. And I ain't no escapologist. The murder happened just a little after I scoped it out, so can't nobody have put nobody in there.
Except the chains are undone, so somebody did something with it.
Wrapped in chains and locked up tight, you say? That's odd, because it doesn't look to be wrapped in chains any longer. Huh? Well, slap my head and call me silly. Could have swore it was, though. Closed box data jotted down on my organizer. Box in which the killer hid the body. Traces of blood were detected inside. I think we've examined all we can now.
Great. Time to see what's waiting down below.
Shaking leg already, are we, Miles? Okie dokie. Hey, K-Meister.
Yes, Mr. Fender?
We're about ready to move out, so I want you to stick with me, okay? Can't have you getting lost.
Of course. I'll be sure to stay close.
When did those two start getting along so well? I don't know. Investigation complete.
We're about to go straight down to a hornet's nest. I'll tell you that right now. April 5th, 7:43 p.m. Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. Chamber. Uh-oh. What? Mr. Edgeworth! Uh-oh. And the body's gone. The body's gone.
This room.
This is the auction room? No, this is the committee chamber.
Way to drop right into my lap, K. Faraday. You got real guts, I'll give you that. Arrest her, man. Arrest her right now.
Wait, but she's...
As for the rest of the riffraff, throw them out into the streets where they belong.
Uh-oh.
You can't do this. This is going way overboard.
Yeah, what she said. Miles, this isn't looking good, I gotta say. See how the blinding light of justice shines on me.
Yeah.
Yowie! What did I do?
You'll have to forgive me. I meant to hit a certain cowardly ex-prosecutor.
You weren't aiming for him. You were aiming straight at me.
Something keeps getting in my way. Somehow.
Yeah.
Right there.
Francisca.
So, what are you doing here, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor?
I still believe Kay to be innocent.
And we're supposed to care what you believe? You no longer have the right to an opinion. I am Francisca von Karma, and I have no intention of stopping here or now. But you chose to stop by giving up your badge, and so Our game has already come to an end.
My badge was an obstacle to proceeding along the road I've chosen. I haven't stopped. I've simply cleared the way ahead. And now I'm free to follow that road all the way to the truth. So don't you think for a second that my conviction has changed. I'm every bit as dedicated as I ever was.
You seem to think you know what lies ahead into this road to the truth. In that case, I demand that you show me. I'll explain my current theory first, and if your road fails to lead anywhere, my whip will happily guide it.
Oh boy,
All right,
here we go.
Time for an epic battle. Francisca's current theory.
The victim used her keycard and entered this chamber with her killer. She was then stabbed with the candelabrum by the culprit and subsequently died as a result. We know the identity of the murderer thanks to the letters she exchanged with the victim. And we know the location of the murderer is here in the committee's trial chamber.
Nope.
The blood on the floor of this room proves my theory. Game, set, and match Miles Edgeworth, QED.
Not sure what that means.
She seems pretty confident, huh?
She doesn't lack the courage of her convictions, that's for certain. And I gotta say, I could dig that vibe. I could even give her no hard feeling. Yeah!
Pathetic. Well, Miles Edgeworth, do you think you can bring my case crashing down around my ears? If you really have found the road to the truth, perhaps you'd be so kind as to point me toward it?
I'll be very happy to. Settle in, Francisca. I'm about to pave that road with incontrovertible evidence.
I know exactly
Go get
what.
him,
Go get him,
go get
Edgeworth.
him, Edgeworth.
I'm going straight to the area where I need to go. Ding, stabbed with the candelabrum. We already know. We know the identity of the murderer thanks to the late letter she exchanged with the victim, and we know the location of the murderer is here in the committee's trial chamber.
Nope.
Let's see. Blood was detected on the elevator. Mysterious.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, let me see. Item on sale. An auction committed even after the murder occurred. No. I know I want to either do this or I want to do this.
Try this. Objection!
Not quite.
Francisca, what do you make of this?
A word of warning, Miles Edgeworth. If you don't wish to feel the sting of my whip, don't show me every meaningless item you happen to cram in your pockets.
Yeah. At least I'm not giving you meaningless warnings.
Scientifically speaking, that whip looks like it was made to inflict the maximum amount of pain possible.
Well, unscientifically speaking, I can tell you that it hurts a lot.
Then I guess you'll just have to try your best to avoid getting hit.
Huh?
Oops. Okay, so let's try that again.
Okay, hell with it. I'm just gonna do story mode because I know that has to come in somewhere. Maybe we're gonna press a statement.
Alright,
We know the
so
identity of the
now
murderer. We know the location of the murderer is here in the committee's trial chamber. The blood on the floor of this room. I bet you that must be where either we press or we present.
I think that's where we present this.
I had the right evidence, just the wrong statement.
Objection! If I remember correctly, the blood discovered in this room was located at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue.
Murder under the gaze of the divine, a brazen act even for a cold-blooded killer.
Except that may not be true at all. Take a look at this, if you would. It's a bloodstain we discovered in the storeroom directly above the committee chamber. As you can see, the blood we found looks to have dripped through to the room below. And the elevator it dripped down from
Descends directly to the foot of the statue.
you noticed. then you will agree that the murder cannot in fact have happened in this room. I put it to you that the victim was killed in the room above and only afterward would she move down here. The goddess of justice did not witness a murder. She witnessed a killer trying to cover their tracks. Why is she smiling?
Sorry, I was just thinking back to a very similar situation. Well done, Miss Edgeworth. You've proven yourself to be even more foolish than I thought.
Mr. Edgeworth is anything but a fool, sir, and you know it. Ow!
Have you forgotten the picture you just showed me? Or are you really that airheaded?
Okay.
Even a cursory glance shows that there was far more blood here in the committee chambers than upstairs.
Ouch! Whipped and ignored again. Wish I could get some love too.
Yeah! You're trying to tell me that all of that blood dripped down from above, Miles Edgeworth? If it had, your storeroom stain would need to be 10 times as big. I say the murder happened down here. There's no way it could have happened anywhere else.
Maybe. And I'll tell you what, maybe it did. Anyway.
As insightful as ever, Francisca, but you've played right into my hands.
How so?
You are correct. There is far less blood upstairs than one would expect. The question is, why?
A trifling detail is the face of my previous explanation.
Alas, your explanation doesn't account for why there was blood in the storeroom in the first place. Excuse me. Surely you don't think some spatter managed to shoot itself all the way up there, do you?
Whoa! Like some crazy fountain of blood? No way!
No way, indeed. It's completely impossible. So how about this? What if this explains the difference in the amount of blood observed? There was far more blood in the committee chamber than in the storeroom above because
the victim was stabbed upstairs. Well, the weapon was removed here.
The victim died of 3 stab wounds that would have bled profusely.
Exactly, as proven by the amount of blood we found on the floor of this room.
But that doesn't make any sense. Not if she was stabbed in the storeroom. You said there wasn't much blood up there already. Ah!
Silence! You half-big harebrained rookie!
Hey, harebrained is a little...
Ah!
A stab wound bleeds heaviest at one particular point in time.
Oh, I know. When the weapon is removed, right?
Precisely. I believe the body was brought down to the committee chamber with the candelabrum still in its chest.
Oh, that's why the body wasn't in the box. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway.
And then, when it was finally removed, it created the difference in the amount of blood we see between the 2 locations.
But why? What was the killer trying to do?
I imagine they were trying to give the impression that the murder happened down here. As we know, Ms. Ringer's key card was used late last night. Judging by the time listed in the record, I'd hazard a guess that it was used by the killer when they entered the room to create their elaborate setup.
But why would they have needed to do all this in the first place?
Perhaps because a person with a face to hide would fear the storeroom being found in the investigation. If they were involved with the underground auction, they couldn't afford to have their dirty secret exposed. Committee chamber blood data jotted down in my organizer. Blood found in the committee chamber. Was it placed there to hide the existence of the storeroom?
Maybe we should have pressed it so we can bring all those details out in the open. Anyway.
Underground auction? auction?
Oh, maybe, okay, maybe not.
You should take a look at the storeroom for yourself. The items up there tell quite a story. One that should more than explain what was going on here last night.
It's almost endearing, Miles Edgeworth, how desperately you want to protect your friend.
There's something just beneath the surface of this case, something bigger than all of us. And Kay's only crime was to have the bad fortune to fall right into the middle of it.
Quite literally.
That's quite a hyperbolic claim, Miles Edgeworth.
Hyperbolic? Me? Surely you're the one making a mountain out of my perfectly reasonable molehill. You're working with Interpol on international cases, so why are you investigating a domestic murder? I'll tell you why. Because this case has something to do with the smuggling ring you've been chasing. You followed the trail of items being smuggled by the ring and wound up here. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that the something I sense isn't related to any of this.
I'm very happy to learn that you giving up your badge didn't completely relieve you of your senses. Scotty here told me about the circumstances that led up to that, by the way.
Sorry, sir. I just thought it might help, you know.
You did the right thing, Detective.
Huh?
So am I right, Francisca? Is this incident part of the broader case you're working? Was the underground auction already on Interpol's radar?
Wouldn't you like to know? But you don't need to, and so you won't.
Then you knew, didn't you? That the auction was being held here in this chamber.
Hold it.
Hold it! Hey, y'all mind if I butt in for a sec? Your victim over there, the lady in the white.
Hold it.
Wait, Mal. You.
Hey, let a gal finish, will ya? No good butting in pain in the you-know-what. Gosh, well, this leopard sure ain't changed her spots.
Your testimony is not required, and neither is your presence.
What do you mean? I'm a journalist. You can't. Oh!
You a liar is what you are. You lied under oath that's one time.
Seems like Miss Von Karma's none too fond of Miss Hart, huh?
I don't think she's her biggest fan, no. What's she called? Ringer, right? She was a member of this here committee? Well, she's dressed exactly like the ringleader, that there secret Ah! Stop it! Stop waiting me, dang it!
What is the meaning of this interruption? Miles Edgeworth, explain!
Miss Hart here helped us out by describing how the auctioneer was dressed. And it seems they were wearing the exact same outfit as the victim, Ms. Rosie Ringer.
But that would mean that the victim was also the ringleader.
Now, how about we just calm down, sir?
It seems I have some new information to consider. It's true that I came here to investigate the underground auction and to arrest its head of operations, the auctioneer.
But if Miss Hart is to be believed, the ringleader is dead.
Something tells me that she's not. After all, it's a man's suit. Anyway.
I guess that means your journey here today was wasted.
No, it wasn't.
I suppose it does. Nonetheless, I, Francisca Von Karma, refuse to leave empty-handed. Time for a rematch, Miles Edgeworth.
Fine by me. But you may find that your whip will go sorely underused this round. Okay, round two. Francisca's latest theory.
Fine. I accept your little explanation. That will make the storeroom the actual scene of the crime, yes? In which case, the murderer is somewhat connected to the auction. And if the photographer is to be believed, the victim was the auctioneer and the culprit was an attendee. The killer lay in wait for the victims in the storeroom where the exchange of illicit goods was to take place. They then stabbed the victim in the chest with a piece of merchandise, the candelabrum. There. Does that about sum it up? Because I won't be accepting rebuttals.
I'm afraid you might have to. There is a serious hole in your testimony.
There is? I didn't spot any. Good thing you're the one in charge here, Mr. Edgeworth. All right then, time to fight back. You have to win this for us.
And I will. Time to take Francisca's testimony to task.
She's not the bad guy here. Just, anyway, he's Siri.
What story telling us?
Fine, I accept your little explanation. So I will make the storeroom the crime scene, yes? The murder is someone connected to the auction. Photographers lead to believe the victim was the auctioneer and the culprit was an attendee. The killer lay away for this victim in the storeroom where the exchange of illicit goods was to take place.
Hold it! How exactly did they manage that, may I ask? Miss Hart was in the storeroom too, remember?
Objection!
Einspruch! Yeah, hiding someplace. And if you've seen the storeroom yourself, you'll notice there are plenty of other places to hide too.
So you're saying the killer was hiding out of sight while they awaited the victim's arrival?
I believe we can reasonably assume that the murder took place after the auction had concluded.
No, that's
After all, the victim was the auctioneer herself.
And again, it says here, the murder took place after the auction had concluded. That's not right, because Ms. Hart said the auction continued even after the murder occurred. That's the hole in her testimony. Ding dong.
Yep.
She would surely have needed to be present throughout the proceedings.
She thinks it happened afterward. Would you mind adding that statement to your testimony, Francisca?
I believe we can reasonably assume that the murder took place after the auction had concluded.
No, it's the other way around. Objection! It seems you're one step behind yet again, Francisca.
How so?
The auctioneer was not in fact the victim, and I can prove it. This is the statement Miss Hart gave us.
Well, if she read it, it's not supposed to the air she used to say it.
I done told you, I'm a journalist, dagnabbit. My word is ouch.
Did I ask you to open your mouth?
Yeah. Double ouch. Objection. Calm down and listen for a second, Francisca. Ms. Hart witnessed at least some of the events surrounding the murder, and she confirmed that the auction continued even after the murder had occurred. You bet it did. Went right on like nothing happened at all. How would that have been possible without an auctioneer? It wouldn't. So you see, the victim couldn't have been the auctioneer. She was one of the attendees. 9! As I've been saying since the start, there's no way Kay can be the murderer, because she had been pushed down the hatch by her assailant and knocked unconscious by that time. So then, who was the victim, really?
Right. Well, if the auction carried on after the murder,
the victim must not have been the auctioneer, but an attendee.
Uh-oh.
That's enough.
I know that sound all too well.
Order in the courtroom. All rise for the chairman.
Oh, this motherfucker.
Oh, there's no need for all that pomp and circumstance, Verity. Please, everyone, feel free to call me Celsius. Yes, that'll do nicely.
All right, Celsius, what are you doing here?
Oh, I just stopped by to see how my bone-headed boy was getting along. They say there are all sorts of families, but I'm not sure these two are what they meant. I thought I might need to light a fire under this investigation, but it seems not. The suspect everyone's searching high and low for is right back here where we started.
Men, detain the suspect immediately.
Wait! Miss Faraday is innocent! Shut your meddling mouth! Huh. You're becoming something of a problem, Miles, my boy. I thought I told you. The committee wants this matter cleared up as soon as possible. It's a matter of trust. We can't have our organization be seen to drag its feet. It's bad for us, and it's bad for me, too. And personally, sorry, it must be my age.
Your unlawful investigation ends here, and it will not be permitted to resume. In case you have forgotten, you are no longer a prosecutor. You have no authority here. And what's more, there is the matter of you aiding and abetting a suspect.
She's right, of course, as always. You really are a godsend, Verity. Everything I do knowingly. If you wish to prosecute me for it, be my guest. But know this. We have uncovered a new suspect. This person here. Ms. Faraday was attacked by this...
Overruled. You can stop right there, Mr. Edgeworth. The raincoat in your picture was discovered nearby a short while ago. The victim's blood was found on the hood, along with some cherry blossom petals.
Cherry blossom petals? Like the ones on the roof?
Yes, they were stuck to the edges of the bloodstains, probably due to the blood being fresh at the time.
The results came back already, my boy, so there's no mistaking it. The person in your picture is the victim, Ms. Rosie Ringer.
What?
Wait a minute here.
No. What? That makes no sense.
What? Red raincoat data jotted down on my organizer, worn by the victim whose fingerprints and blood were found on the hood.
What the shit? Then how the heck did she die? Wait, no, hey, hang on. Stop. Hold on. First of all.
No, this completely undermines our entire case.
Hang on. If we take a look at the picture of the body. Oh, son of a bitch, hang on. There's a wound on her head. And yes, there's blood on her hand. Look at that. That proves that she was wearing the raincoat. But what? So the person wearing the red vest was already dead by the time Rosie Ringer killed the... So Rosie... I don't get it. But look at that head wound. So that's how she died. Still. Oh, God, what the hell's going on here? Anyway.
All our assumptions were based on the person in the red raincoat being the killer. But if they were the victim instead, then Kay remains at the top of the suspect list.
Just because all that means is you haven't found the real killer yet. Keep pushing.
Miss Faraday, you testified to having encountered a person in a red raincoat up on the roof, correct? Yes, I did. We now know that the person was the murder victim. And you are the only person we know of who came into contact with her.
But her fingerprints aren't on the damn candelabra. Dust the candelabra for fingerprints, you witch.
Since one of you wound up dead, I think we all know how that encounter went.
Objection! No! Kay was attacked by that person! She is the victim here, not the aggressor!
Overruled! As as far as I recall, we have yet to see any evidence that proves she was attacked as you claim. And even if such proof existed, Ms. Ringer could simply have been acting in self-defense.
Well, you can't just jump into conclusions like that. Kay is innocent.
But I'm not.
Kay?
I'm not innocent. I don't want to believe it, but I remembered something. Hearing about the raincoat brought it back. It's just a flash, but I remember what I saw now, right when it happened. The murderer. It was me. I remember looking down and the person in the red raincoat was on the ground. It was me, Mr. Edgeworth. It was me all along.
No, I don't buy it. Not for a second.
I'm the murderer. I'm the murderer.
No, you're not. You can't be.
Then what am I? Why do I have a memory like that? They were on the floor in front of me. There was a pool of blood. Why was I just standing there? Why didn't I do something? I know why. It's because I was the killer. This court recognizes the legitimacy of the accused's memories.
What? But you said you didn't believe her like 5 minutes ago.
Overruled. I commend you on your bravery, Miss Faraday. It will not go unrewarded. Praise be to the goddess of justice for her many blessings.
Objection!
Einspruch! As an official representative of Interpol, I hereby request that the suspect be...
Overruled. We don't have time for this. We must arrest Kay Faraday this instant.
How dare you take that tool with me?
This is a gross overreach of authority. I demand that you give us more time to investigate. You say my investigation is unlawful? What could be more unlawful than this?
Unfortunately, you no longer speak for the law.
Indeed you don't, but I do. And while I can't help but be moved by your dedication to your friend, I have to agree with Verity.
Speaking of the law, it seems there is one other we must arrest.
Yes, I almost forgot. Miles.
What the heck is that all about? What are you talking about? Mr. Edgeworth was just doing his job. He didn't do anything wrong.
He wasn't doing squat. By which I mean to say, unfortunately, Miles is no longer serving in any kind of official capacity.
You went too far this time, Mr. Edgeworth. You conducted an unlawful investigation. Worse, you aided and abetted the flight of a suspect. You are no longer even an ex-prosecutor. You are a criminal, nothing more.
Oh, that reminds me. There was supposed to be a hearing today, wasn't there? Concerning your conduct. I'll make sure it's officially rescheduled for tomorrow, although I fear I already know the outcome. Look at this as an opportunity to reflect on your actions, Miles. A chance to really think long and hard.
This court is adjourned.
To be continued. Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Okay, we gotta hang it up, folks. I mean, even though I mean, even though I couldn't hear from my Discord, I gotta tell you, I cannot wait to hear this back.
Oh my God! You know what else? I can't wait. We might have to do an episode of voice acting on Saturday night. I don't think we can wait to see where this goes. And there's another episode after this one. Oh my God!
Yeah, I think this game just keeps getting better and better, don't you think?
Holy smokes. Yeah, they're trying to hide something, and they're trying to hide something quick. Oh, my God. All right, so tune in next week or in the next few days.
Hold on a minute. Breaking news. We got ourselves a tornado watch, so we better watch ourselves.
Yeah, indeed. The weather, the nor'easter's brewing in the Traverse City, in case you didn't realize. So, well, we'll hunker down if we have to. So, until next time, folks, I'm the Cannonball Alex Steele.
I am the Package Andrew Steele.
We are the Steele Twins, and we are for real. Top guys out. Ciao.
Adios, muchacho.